Speaker for Dragons is on. Let me tell you all something, eh? You women, you have to ask for help. Even if what is offered afterwards is not what you want, never say you can't afford something. At least you asked. I really feel frustrated and fed up with the helplessness that you, Jackie, Karen, Kathy, Jennifer, Deborah, Julie, Judy, all of you. I am fed up with the helplessness that you say you feel, because you are not helpless. You are so fucking strong and powerful that it awes me sometimes. You women who experience toxic relationships, who were abused in toxic relationships, and you are still standing despite the agony of the trauma that has you in tears, that has your gut so hard. It probably feels like I am sometimes. Stop doing it. Stop acting helpless. You are extremely powerful. So if you want help, I'm here to offer you a help. A link to a free consultation is down below. Check in. What could it hurt to talk out your crap with somebody? It's just a consultation. There is no healing involved, etc. I'll make you an offer at the end based on what you say, because not everybody is for me, and I am not for everybody. First of all, I say it as I see it. I am very direct. A lot of women, well, a lot of people cannot deal with that. But all of that is irrelevant. My mission on this planet is to lift up each and every woman, to empower you to step out, stand up, speak your truth without fear, take back your power, to be the powerful woman that you are and live the life that you choose. And so that is what I am about. I am not about anything else. It took me a long time to get here. I went through a lot of bullshit myself, abusive relationships as well. I was almost murdered, and I faced down my murderer, and I lived to see him die. Okay? There's a thing called karma. So, I felt helpless at one time because I felt thrown away, because I didn't feel strong. In other words, I felt weak. I felt helpless. But there comes a time when you have to say, fuck this shit, enough is enough. I am not doing this. There is something that I want to create in my life. There is something inside of me that says, I want to fly. I want to soar. I want to roar. This is what you are here for. If you want help to discover this, hook up with me. Take me up on my offer of a free consultation. As I said, the link is down below. That's it for today. Now, I said all that as a preamble to see if anyone came on, because I am late today, unavoidably. So what else do I have to tell you all? Here's the thing. Here's another thing. This business about Women's Day or Women's Week. Each and every one of you, each and every one of us, we know that it is fucking bullshit. But at least it is a recognition of the female. Did you know that 48%, only 48% of women have jobs? in the formal sector. I know, and that's a UN statistic. It's a little different by maybe 1% with the World Bank and the International Labour Organization, but they're all pretty much along the same lines. Women are doing dog work for pennies. In India, girls and teens are carrying shit in basket on their heads. I kid you not, and I exaggerate not. From the latrines and the cesspits, they are carrying these baskets on their head, and the feces is running down their heads, down their faces, as they carry them out to the dump. These girls and these women and these females are not recognized because they are not receiving a salary that is taxed or that is recognized by an employer. And believe me when I say somebody is employing them, and yet they are not seen. And that is just a fraction. That is just a fraction of the shit that we women have to put up with every day. And then it comes to the disrespect. The disrespect that girls and women face every single blessed day on this motherfucking planet. And it is natural and normal. When you protest or when you say something, and it's usually these males, I cannot call them men, because anybody who disrespects a female is not a man. He just has a penis and testicles. That is not a man. That is a male of the species, because men do not disrespect women. So when boys are doing this, unfortunately, it is because it is supported by their mothers, because that is all the mothers know. And it is also what is taught by their fathers, unfortunately. This disrespect is shown in all different ways, forms, fashions. I live in a 2x4 country where it is absolutely normal for the males in society to disrespect women. This is normal and natural. The disrespect is wounding. The disrespect hurts. But let me tell you all something, eh? You have to stand up and say, I don't accept this. Get out of my face. I do not want to hear any of your disgusting jokes that are making fun of women or the sexual innuendo against women. Those things take place on the street corners everywhere, in the offices, at the water cooler, etc. And again, you know what is sad? There are women who titter and laugh at these jokes. I have had, whenever I'm traveling and there's a particular place that I go to, there is a particular individual, a male, who comes around and he starts making jokes about women. And he's fascinated by my ass. So whenever he sees me come by, he is going to come loudly from where he is and start talking to the other woman there and making innuendos about women's body parts. And the ignorant, because this is ignorance, huh? Ignorance is a lack of education, whether it is formal education or not. The woman starts smiling. I could tell when I look at a few faces, or even when I listen closely, they feel uncomfortable. But they don't say a fucking thing. And that, ladies, is the problem. Because if you do not stand up and say, no, I don't accept this, or listen, could you go somewhere else? Or I'm leaving because this is not something I want to hear. You have to begin drawing the line. That is what is called creating boundaries. Because if the majority of women did that, that sack of shit would stop doing that already. It's like a case, was it last week? I have an issue with time. Not I have an issue with time. Once something is already complete, I don't remember how long ago it was. That's my issue. I travel in I walk in 3 dimensions. So it's, what I want to say is maybe it was a week ago, maybe more, where this, maybe he was 40, somewhere between 30 and 40. He was heckling, catcalling a woman who was passing. And I told him that is wrong. The motherfucker turned and he tried to diss me by telling me that I was old and therefore, and that's my problem. So I had to tell him loudly, that didn't affect me at all. That didn't affect me at all. I had to tell him that it was his ignorance. Because he's ignorant, he cannot see that he's disrespecting a female, 1. And number 2, his lack of education based on what he was wearing told me that his lack of education is also the problem. Notice the pause? He went very, very silent and then I walked away. These are the things that you have to nip in the bud. Sometimes you can't be bothered, but you know when it's in your face like that, you have to start saying, hey, no, this is not acceptable. I don't accept this. This must begin with your boy children if you have any, or any boys that you see in your neighborhood and it's so glaring in your face when you see things happening with girls. And when these knocks step to you, it is time that you pull your big girl panties up. It is time that you throw the fear out the window and you say, you see you, that's it. I am not tolerating this anymore. This is the last time. That's it. Males who hit women are not men. You need to understand this. Just because they have the male body parts does not mean that they are men. That is never going to happen. Any male who disrespects a woman, abuses a woman, whether it's verbally or physically, is a bully. And let me tell you something about narcs. Narcs in particular have the lowest self-esteem on the planet. But because society, the patriarchal society says that women are weak, women are the weaker sex. This shit started centuries ago, which we know is not true. These narcs consequently pick on women. The only place women are weaker than men is in physical strength. That is it. It is time, ladies and ladies and ladies, that you decide to draw the line and say no more. You pack up your bag with your private papers, you take your children and you walk the fuck out. Seriously. For you all in the USA in particular, you have the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Call them. Call them. They even have information on their website so that you could just click it to shut it down if you're interrupted and you don't want the abuser in your home to know who you were contacting or what website you were looking at. And remember to clear your browser. Right? If you don't know how to clear your browser, it's time you found out, so that there will be no telltale whatever. You can even ask them to call the police in your area and ask them to come to the house. And when they come to the house, that is when you get your personal papers, you pick up your children if there are children, and you leave. Stop staying in abusive relationships for the children. That damages the children. Where are you going to go? You will find out. You have to take back your power, ladies. So I'm going to end on this note. If you want to step up and step out, us dragons, create a path of power for you to enable you to go where you need to go, to enable you to unlock the doors. We give you the keys to your kingdom, that kingdom inside of you that is so agonizing that you can't reach it, you can't unlock it. You've been to therapists, you've done all sorts of work, and still nothing's happening. Come check us out. The link for the free consultation is down below. We can share with you what it entails to step onto your path to power, ladies. Namaste.